Hello everyone. I hope you're having a good day in the Lord today. Normally on the Saturday before Mother's Day, we would gather together here at the church for our Mother's Day tea. We would have a wonderful fellowship with good food, good singing, prayer, and testimony. This year we have to stay home, we have to stay safe, but we can look forward to the time when we can be together again. One of the things that we would do at our tea is read poetry. So I'm going to do a short devotional from Proverbs 31, verses 10 through 31, kind of in a poem format, entitled, Because That's the Way She's Designed. Beginning in verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies? A godly woman is hard to find. When her husband finds her, she's worth more than anything else in his life, because that's the way she's designed. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that she shall have no need of spoil. A godly woman is trustworthy. Her husband can trust her with anything in his life. He doesn't have to worry she will lose or destroy anything he gains, because that's the way she's designed. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She is constant in her love for him. She doesn't do evil or bad things to him. She desires the very best things in life for him, because that's the way she's designed. She seeketh wool and flax and works willingly with her hands. That means she's industrious. She's motivated to work, always willing to work for her family, because that's the way she's designed. She's like the merchant's ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She's thrifty, saving, always looking for the best deals for her family. She stretches her dollars, because that's the way she's designed. She rises also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. That means she's enterprising, a manager, a teacher. She's the first one up in the morning. She makes breakfast for everyone in her household. She teaches by example how to start the day with fellowship in her home, because that's the way she's designed. She considers a field and buys it. With the fruit of her hands, she plants a vineyard. She's a businesswoman, making sound business decisions for her family while her husband works. She's a team player, a partner. So she works to ensure financial success for her family, because that's the way she's designed. She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengtheneth her arms. She's prepared. She prepares herself for the day ahead. She prays. She spends time with God. She's spiritually and mentally prepared for the day. She takes care of her health, so she's physically strong to do the work she needs to do, because that's the way she is designed. She perceives that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. She's an achiever. She accomplishes good things, so she's willing to work long, hard hours to complete her tasks, because that's the way she's designed. She lays her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. That means she's consistent in her work. No matter how monotonous and tiring her work gets sometimes, she's faithful to do it. She maintains her household and her business, because that's the way she's designed. She stretches out her hand to the poor. Yea, she reaches forth her hands to the needy. She's compassionate and caring. Her heart goes out to the poor and needy. She's faithful to meet their needs, because that's the way she's designed. She's not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household is clothed with scarlet. She prepares for the future, for the hard times. She knows things change just like the seasons change. She buys her winter clothes ahead of time and winter-proofs her home. She's prepared for the seasons, always thinking of her family, because that's the way she's designed. She makes herself coverings of tapestry and her clothing is silk and purple. She's a good seamstress, or in today's world, a good shopper. She keeps herself presentable as well as her home. She's ready for company, friends, or anyone that comes to her home to visit, because that's the way she's designed. Her husband is known in the gate, where he sits among the elders of the land. She protects her husband's reputation in the community. She doesn't gossip or talk about him to other people. She shows him respect. She honors his name, because that's the way she's designed. She makes fine linen and sells it and delivers girdles unto the merchants. She's an entrepreneur. She's community-minded. She makes and sells her wares in the community where she works and lives. People know her reputation because that's the way she's designed. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She's strong moral values. She stands firm in what she believes. She's never swayed by circumstances around her. She rejoices in the good times and the bad times. She believes in the Lord and his ways, because that's the way she's designed. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness. She's wise in what she says. Her words are strong but kind. She doesn't have a sharp tongue. She watches what she says, because that's the way she's designed. She looks well to the ways of her household and eats not the bread of idleness. She's duty conscious. She takes care of her home. She's not lazy about her chores at home. She fulfills her daily obligations with a loving heart, because that's the way she's designed. Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. She has demonstrated love in her home, the home God blessed her with, so her children love her and desire to be with her even as she grows old. She's loved by her husband and praised by him too, because that's the way she's designed. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. She wants excellence in her life. She's not satisfied with being mediocre. She desires the best for her Lord and her family, because that's the way she's designed. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that fears the Lord, she shall be praised. She's not consumed with herself and her looks. She puts God first in everything she does. She's a Christian. She desires to be Christ-like, because that's the way she's designed. Give her the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Her works speak for themselves. She is a servant of the Lord. She is looked at in her community as a blessing, because that's the way she's designed. Today, as we think about our mothers, whether they are in heaven or on earth with us, we can praise the Lord for the time he took to place those special moms in our lives. What a wonderful blessing it is to be a woman of God. Happy Mother's Day.